So thank you guys. I want to welcome you to the Bestseller Summit. I have Alice Seba here with me. Hey, Alice.
I'm here and I'm excited. I'm excited that Debbie is here as our first presenter of the third annual Bestseller Summit.
So I'm going to pass the screen to our esteemed expert. It's up next, Connie Green.
Yes, more Bestseller Summit alumni with a brand new presentation as well.
Yes. Connie is one of our favorite presenters every year because she's just so knowledgeable and such a subject matter expert with a lot of different things related to information publishing. Today, she's going to be talking about how to create massive profits with free membership sites. I actually want to see this one. Like, how does she describe free membership sites? I'm curious to know. Connie Ragen Green is a former teacher and real estate appraiser who left it all behind to come online in 2006. Now a best-selling author, online marketing strategist, and mentor, she works with people on 6 continents on becoming entrepreneurs and authors. She's also active with several charities. She's a philanthropist, including Rotary International, Boys and Girls Club, Zonta, as a volunteer community leader and fundraiser. And she has a nice prize for you guys that we're going to talk about at the end of her presentation as well. So, hey, Connie, how are you?
Uh-oh. That's her sharing her screen, right?
Yeah,
so we got that part down.
Looks like she's trying to go on a telephone.
Telephone. Yeah, I don't know. It's muted by an organizer, though. There we go.
Yeah, you
I
unmuted me.
her. I don't know how that happened. I am sorry about that.
No, that's all right. That way I don't chatter endlessly when it's not my turn.
Alice just wants to give us some more editing work on these video recordings when we do it.
No, that was we muted her somehow. I don't know what happened.
It's because she knows I'm blabby, so she just closed me up, shut me down. That works. All right. Well, thanks so much for having me, Ron and Alice. And let's get started. Let's talk about massive profits with free membership sites. Lots of products as well. All right. So I'm going to explain how to use the publisher model because there are a variety of models that we use for membership sites. I use pretty much all of them. I think there's only one of the ones that I teach that I'm not using. But for this presentation, I want you to think publisher. And this increases credibility. And also you grow your list, which is important. No matter how large your list is, you always want more people. And you want to earn massive profits right from the very beginning. There's no reason to, in the South, they say what they're fixing to get ready. You don't need to do that. You're ready now to start building your business and making profits. All right, so I'll talk about myself a little bit, my journey with all of this. I had no ideas at all where to begin when I wanted to come online in 2005. And I did so at the beginning of 2006. I did not have a background in marketing, and I worked as a classroom teacher for 20 years. And before that, I had started in real estate and was doing both of these things simultaneously. And looking back, once I came online in 2006 and started building my business, I resigned from teaching, gave away my real estate clients, and I realized that if I had known even a little bit about marketing, real estate would have been so much easier for me. So here I was, new to writing, new to doing things online, and having to learn about marketing. I really wanted to be a writer, and I had always talked about it, but I wasn't writing. So very quickly, when I came online, this is the spring of 2006 now, so 12 years ago, I discovered the publisher model. So you're publishing content. And I started out, because back then, to have a membership site, it was very, very expensive. There were only 2 platforms that were available, and they were several $1,000s to purchase, and you needed tech people to help you run them on a regular basis. Very little changes or updates or alterations you couldn't do unless you were a tech person. So I started giving away content on a blog, and I'm going to share more about that later on and show you how I did it and how you can still actually do this a little bit as part of your membership model. So finally, I started a 2-level membership site, and I'll talk about that. And I replaced a 6-figure income and just kept growing and building. So this has been a wonderful, wonderful journey. Lots of people have gone along on the ride with me, and I hope to share information with you that will make a huge difference in what you're doing. Also, along the way, I stopped talking about writing and actually started writing. And to date, I have 15 published books. I've taken them all to bestseller status in more than one category on more than one occasion. My most recent one is their Rethinking the Work Ethic. I really feel strongly about that topic and wrote about it, and it's kind of hard hitting, but I love to let people embrace that struggle and exceed their own potential. All right, so for today, we'll talk about the platform, the format, and the model that I want you to use, choosing a niche, or for Alice, a niche. I think Alice says niche. Building community, going from the free membership site to the paid membership site. If you don't understand how to do this, this can be a sticking point, and you can create something that's free and wonderful, but it makes you a volunteer. And I'm the most happy volunteer there is, but I don't want that model for my business. I actually want to earn income and good income from it. And then relevant content and also high quality content. We'll talk about that. What's for sale? Please write that down. What's for sale? Ask yourself that every single day, because when I work with people and they tell me it's hard to do things online, and I say, what's for sale? Sometimes there is nothing for sale or only one or two things. So I just want you to get that into your head that someone must purchase something from you or through you for you to earn any income. And that sounds real simple, but when you come online, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And then beyond your membership site, anything we do for our business, we always want to be thinking about what's next. How can we further engage the people that are coming to spend time with us? All right, so I want you to start with a WordPress site, just a simple site. You set it up as a blog with an opt-in form. So if you tell me that your site is under construction and that it'll be ready in a few months, I don't know what that means. What I'm talking about here can be set up in about an hour, and I don't do graphics, so I have someone do a header for me to make it pretty and a little image of the free giveaway. That takes overnight. That's done very quickly. So I've never actually spent more than about 48 hours setting up a site for myself or for anyone else. So if you're doing something that's more complicated, remember that's a choice and stop doing it. Keep it simple. Very, very simple. And also, I'm talking about here hosted WordPress. So you need a hosting account that will allow you to put, they always say unlimited. You really only want to put about 100 sites on one hosting account. I have 350 sites and counting. So I have several hosting accounts. That works for me. But with your hosting account, it's a one-click install, and you or someone else can do it. You buy your own domain. So what I'm talking about is WordPress.org, not WordPress.com or any of the free platforms. That's the model that I'm teaching here. Then, for your actual membership site, I'm going to suggest Wishlist or MemberSonic. There are a dozen choices here in this area. These are the two that I have experience with, and I know that they have very ease of use and very user-friendly, so that's why I'm recommending them. Now, when you set up your membership site, you want two levels, a free level and a paid level. And that's super easy to do with both of these software plugins. So think about it that way. People are coming in for free, but then very soon you'll be offering a paid membership opportunity. And as with everything that we do, it must be high quality, or it becomes our weakest link. If you have something out there that isn't high quality, that doesn't really represent you well, that's what people might remember, and you don't want that. And also, it must be relevant to what you're doing. I always say that people that come to me, many of them love dogs, and many of them could use to, they could lose a few pounds or drop a few kilos, as they say, but they didn't come to me for either of those things. So it wouldn't be relevant if I discussed and shared content about losing weight or dogs in any shape or fashion. All right, this is a free membership site that I have set up that I'm showing you now. We're talking here for authors and authorpreneurs, people like that. So I base this one on one of my books. It's called Book Blog Broadcast, the trifecta of entrepreneurial success. And that's where this site is, bookblogbroadcast.com. It's a very, very simple site. And I'm going to show you inside of a whole lot of it right now. So this is the front page, the home page. And I say who I'm talking to, authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs. And then I have my headline. Are you ready to use my proven book, blog, broadcast strategy to reach more readers, sell more books, enjoy more speaking opportunities, and succeed as an authorpreneur? So that's the first part. Further down on that page, it says you'll be invited to a new membership site in the near future at no cost to you. So I'm inviting them to something that won't cost them any money and hopefully will be of interest. And I tell them what they're going to receive. I bullet point it so they know when they join my online community by opting into my list what they're likely to receive. And then it's free. Claim your special report on planning your book and launch. And all they have to do is put in their first name and their email address. So this is similar to what you may already have on your blog, except this is taking it a step further with a free membership. Now, you see in the upper left there, I have the homepage we were looking at. Now, if you click on blog, you see the blog posts. So right now, as of today, I have 63 blog posts on here. I have a whole lot more that are scheduled to go out. Anything that I put on this site, on Book Blog Broadcast, must be related to books, blogs, and broadcast. I define a broadcast as podcasting, audio recordings, and your YouTube channel. That's a type of broadcasting I'm referring to. Books and writing of all types, and blogs of all types. So this shows you some of the content. When they're on the blog page, the sidebar on the right will also give them the opportunity to claim their special report, planning your book and launch. By doing it this way, I haven't had it be confusing for people that opt in on the first page, then click to see the blog and see this different looking opt-in. They say, oh, that's the same report that I just signed up for. Or if they didn't sign up, they'll say, oh, it's the same report. Let me opt in here. So you don't want to confuse people. It's so easy for us to confuse people. I get confused easily. And so I always take that as a sign. If I'm confused, then most people I know will also be confused. All right, so now when they opt in and when I invite them to the free membership site, they're coming to a special announcements page. On this page, you must be logged in. You use your username and your password to get here. Right there, you've kind of changed everything. It's very different from just being on someone's list. They've invited you to a free membership site that you are now a part of. And in your mind, that holds a higher status. That makes a whole lot of difference with what you're doing with people. Because we're all on so many lists. I'm probably on 1,000 lists. I know that sounds like a lot, but I've got the emails to prove it in one of the accounts that I use for that. But in terms of membership sites, I'm probably not in more than 50 after all these years. So this is an important piece of this. So I want you to think about a niche that you can serve, and it really will work in almost any niche. I'm saying almost because there might be something somewhere that wouldn't lend itself to membership. But you have to start with what you're interested in, what your experiences have been, what your knowledge is. Maybe you've gone to school and studied something. And are people spending money in the niche? And that's research that you can do pretty quickly and easily. And if it's something that you have some experience in, you have an interest in, you probably already know if it's something that you have spent money on or would in terms of that niche. So this is, if you remember from school, and yes, I was a teacher, this is a 3-circle Venn diagram. I love Venn diagrams. They're so much fun. And the 3-circle one makes a lot of sense for your business. So the red circle is your passions. If you will tell me that you're not passionate about anything, then I will say, what is it that you like very, very much? So I love photography. I love taking all kinds of photos and sharing them. I love my dogs. I love everything about dogs. I think they're God's greatest creature. I really do. So many things. So I want you to think about this. And you can do it as a 3-circle Venn diagram like this and write inside of your circles. Or if you're more linear like I am, you can just make a list. So make a list of the things that you love to do, and money doesn't come into that. You would do it because it's fun and you love it. You get joy from it. On the right, in the blue, that's for the earth, the blue in the ocean. I think of it as being blue. Your life experiences. What are some things that you have experienced both by choice and by chance? So I chose to become a teacher. I was in real estate, and the Challenger space shuttle exploded in January of 1986. And on that day, I was in my real estate office. I was watching the little screen, little tiny TV we had in the real estate office with about a half a dozen other agents. And I said, I always wanted to be a teacher. I'm going to become a teacher. And during 1986, I ended up in the classroom. I went back to school. I was on an emergency credential, and I was teaching. So it was something I chose to do. I'm also a multiple cancer survivor. I didn't choose that. I didn't want to be in that club, but I am because it happened to me. So make a list of your life experiences and see what comes up for you, because you've chosen a lot of things, and a lot of things have just come your way. Some of them great, some of them not so great. And then the green is for money, like Connie green. I love green, my favorite color. It's the market where people are spending money on a variety of things, both physical and digital, in this niche. So when these all come together, when they converge, it's the sweet spot, things that you really love, things that you have some experience about, and where people are spending money, that's the sweet spot, and that's what you're looking for. So I hope this is helpful for you, no matter what you're working on, to really choose niches and multiple niches over time that will make sense down the road. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of slides here that are for horses, about horses. I had a client back in 2009 and into 2010 who loved horses, and she had been riding since she was a kid. The family had 5 or 6 horses, and she did Western riding and just everything about horses. And I love horses, but I don't really have so much experience with them. I don't go riding any longer. I used to go riding a couple times a year, so I didn't have the same interest or experience in it, but I wanted to help her with her business. So I said, how about setting up a membership site? Because by then I had done it, quite a bit. How about setting up a free membership site to begin with, where you tell people about horse training? And she thought that was the funniest thing in the world. She said, well, where will the horses be? Will they be digital horses? We laughed about all of this. But she ended up following my lead. She set it up, and here's another one. And also, she said, there's already other people out there that have sites around horse training. And in the beginning, they really weren't so much membership sites. They finally were. But I said, competition is a good thing. You don't want to be the only one. If there are other ones out there that are thriving, that means there are readers, there are people who are interested. So she started it. Very quickly, I had her add the paid model. She had over 500 people at $20 a month. She only wanted to charge $10 when she did the paid. She said, no, but people won't pay for this. And I said, no, they will. So we doubled it. We made it $20 a month, and people started coming. She started having a lot of fun with it. There were so many places she could go with it. She had the site for 3 years, and then it was purchased. A company made her an offer and purchased the site from her. So it can be done in any area, even if you think that you can't get a 1,200-pound horse into a digital membership site. You actually can do it. And I just always love to share that example with people, because then finally it makes sense with everything. All right, let's talk about building community. We all crave that. I'm an introvert, and I'm not real social. But the truth is, I love going and, both in person and online and being part of a community. It makes me feel like I can learn things and I can also share things. And Facebook really makes sense to begin with for this, where you start a community. And ask your friends, and your friends are the people that are friends with you on Facebook. Ask them to join the group. And also, I want to take this time to tell you, if you only have 300, 400, 500 friends on Facebook, you're doing yourself a disservice. You must make more friends. See who your friends are friends with. Reach out to thought leaders. Reach out to Alice and to Ron and to people that are on this summit, and connect with us, because then you'll see who each of us are connected with. So I always joke that on Facebook, I always have, and I have for years now, I have about 1,000 people waiting to be my friend, because I'm usually at the very top of the 5,000 limit. And I always say, yeah, 1,000 people are waiting to be my friend, just like in school. And that's real funny, but it's wonderful to be able to have access to so many people that could be very well interested in what you're doing. Then they join the group. The next step is you're going to invite them to the free membership site because you've started that community. And I describe social media as being the big playground. So it's the main park in your city, or maybe it's the high school area where people go to the gymnasium and they do things there. Your goal is to go to the high school or go to the biggest park in the city, find the people that you want to play with, and invite them to your house where they can play basketball with you in your backyard because you own the hoop, you own the ball, and you'll decide when and if you're going to serve any refreshments. So you take people away from the big playground and bring them to your backyard. That's what you're doing here. You're in Facebook. You'll start a group. You'll get your friends to join the group. And then you'll very slowly, very quietly take them away from the big playground and over to your membership site. They must opt in to join. And at this point, people pretty much in all walks of life understand that idea, that they must give their first name and email address so that they're on a permission-based list. So the person that they've opted in with, that person can then send them updates and information and resource and market to them. So you want them to opt in to join. And at some point in the near future, not 10 years from now, I'm talking maybe 90 days at the most, you can do it faster even, separate the free from the paid members. All right, so this is a group that I have. This is list building with PLR. Another thing I'm going to tell you to do for your membership, for your Facebook group that's going to lead to your membership, buy a domain that you can use to send people to your group on Facebook. So for this one, mine is listbuildingwithplr.com. It's so much easier than telling people 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to find your group, or for you to tell them that you're going to invite them and to look for that invitation. If you give them the URL, they can join your free group on Facebook, and that group will grow more quickly and easily, and then you'll be able to get them over to your free site. So this is another one. This is actually a paid course. I do this twice a year. I do a fall jump start and a spring jump start, and it's a membership where people come in for training for a period of time. I usually train for about 8 weeks, and then they're invited back the following year. So that's a plus. And what I'm going to show you here is that, well, I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to show you how I've done something there that's kind of a secret way to do it. If you're at the very beginning, I'm going to show you how you can do it very, very easily to work with people. All right, so set a date to announce your membership program. So don't pull the date out of the year. What I like to do is I use a whiteboard, and I kind of reverse engineer anything I'm going to promote. So I choose a date in the future that I would like to have, and maybe you've been online for a year or two, and you think, you know what, I could do a free one first, and in 30 days, I'm going to announce a paid program. So then you work backwards. What do you need to do every day between now and day 30 to make that happen? Emphasize the massive benefits of being a member, and then, I believe in this firmly, offer a charter membership, which means they're one of maybe 50 or 100 people who get in for a reduced rate because they are people that are loyal from day one, and it will make a lot of sense for them to come in. They know, you know, and they know that they're interested in that topic. And you say, you know what, this is the charter membership, and give them a low, and I like to do an annual rate instead of monthly. All of us are tired of being dinged monthly with everything, and I still have things that are monthly that I can't change, but anything that I can do annually, I do. So if you make it attractive for them, then they'll get in on that charter membership, and they will always be very special people to you. I have people with me to this day, and I've been online now 12 years. I have people to this day that were actually charter members of what I set up in 2006 and 2007. So that works out extremely well over time. You build a relationship with those people that's like none other. All right, so what is going to be free in this membership model? Now remember, you're using the publisher model. So you're publishing high quality, relevant content on the topic. So most of that content will be original, guest, or curated. And in the beginning, I was not a writer. I told you that. It was very difficult for me to write very much of my own. These days, at least half of it's my own because writing is second nature to me. I'm so pleased. It's a blessing from God that I can do this. So I love to just get up in the morning and start writing. Also, you can have guest content. You can ask other people to create content for you, and people are thrilled to do this for a variety of reasons. Curated content is content that was from someone else. You took a piece of it, and just a piece, and then you expanded upon it. So just today, I was curating, actually it came from an email. I received an email from someone, and it was about company culture. And I thought, I want to write about that for entrepreneurs. So I started to write. I wrote 2 long sentences, so not quite a paragraph. But then I talked about the man that I had read the email post from. I went over to his site, and sure enough, he had a blog post on that topic. And I curated about 150 words of it. And then I continued to write the post about what I thought about what he had said. So curating is helpful to another person, and people remember when you curate their post, gives you some great ideas, gives you a little bit of content from them that you can use, and allows you to come up with much more content for your site. Then you have resources, and the resources for the free membership are free resources, and almost all of us have something. If you're our affiliate, we have something free that you can recommend, but also recommend free things that there is no affiliate link for. Then affiliate offers and paid offers. So they're in a free membership, but it doesn't mean everything is free. There will be things that will be for sale that will make sense for them for that topic. And also, they'll receive a replay of a monthly or a quarterly Q&A call. This can just be done as a teleseminar. So it can be done just on a phone with a system that records it quickly, easily. Very different than a webinar, not so many moving pieces. All right, in the free membership model, what's paid? Premium content. You will have content that goes into such great depth on the topic that it wouldn't possibly feel right for you to put it in a free membership site. You also will have premium resources. Maybe someone is offering something special on a particular day and they let you know about it, but they don't want you to mail that to your list or put it on social media. They only want a group of people who are very highly targeted for what it is they're offering to know about it and to get involved. So that would be a premium resource. Then you would have the live version of the calls and the trainings. So they're invited live rather than just having to wait for the replay. Also, another thing that I have found is important just over the last couple of years, I didn't even think about it, is people want exposure to other group members. They want to connect with people, and they typically do it on Facebook, but not always. Sometimes they have an email or a phone number. They want to know who else is in the group, who else is also interested in this topic of the membership site, and they want to talk to them. They want to ask them questions. They want to get feedback on things they're doing. And so now I include that in paid models. Then you'll start another Facebook group that will be an interactive Facebook group for the paid membership. So other people would not be invited or included unless they became a member of the paid model. All right, so finding the relevant content doesn't have to be a challenge. It was 10 years ago, it was a challenge, but no longer. Original is best, so get started doing some writing and see where that goes for you. Because I'm a control freak. I like having control over what I include. And if I write it, then I'm 100% in control. I like that. Curated, make sure that you give attribution to the author and to the site. So when I curate someone's blog post, I will mention their name, and I'm always very helpful, I use good keywords for their site. So I use anchor text, so I highlight the words that are about their post and about their business, and then I put that link to that specific post, the permalink to that post. Then you can have guest content. We talked about this a little bit. Ask your members to contribute, because I know for me in the beginning it was a great honor when someone asked me to write something, because I was every day trying to improve my writing skills, and they were getting better, and they do continue to get a little better. I might have reached that point where it's the law of diminishing returns now, but I keep writing and hoping that the writing will be higher quality. But when someone used to ask me, then I would spend sometimes a week instead of just a day working on something, and I was very proud that I had been asked to contribute. So your people will feel the same. Then there's PLR, private label rights content, that I don't think any of us, I don't think we can live without it, but I don't think we should live without PLR. I think we're entitled to have every piece of PLR that's under the sun. And of course, we have Alice here, and she's been doing this for so long. And I can honestly say I will sometimes stop breathing at the thought of not having more PLR from Alice. So very, very important. And then licensed content is something that I just was exposed to. I do a little bit of corporate work, and they do something where they will license content that they can use for certain things. Technical writing is done in this way. There are different things where you can actually license it for a specific time period, for a specific purpose, and that could serve you well, depending on what your membership site's going to be about. All right, again, what's for sale? You must always ask this question. And it's fun to have a free Facebook group and bounce in and out of there and give people links to things and show funny pictures and this and that. But your business model must be one based on every day something not only being for sale, but many, many things being for sale and them actually selling. So I just wanted a little reminder of that here. All right, so again, what's for sale? Start with affiliate products and services. I had to do this my first year because I didn't have my own product until I had been online 1 year. I finally created an information product. It was a 3-part course on how to blog and do article marketing. And I thought, well, good thing I have affiliate marketing because I couldn't possibly create as much as I needed on my own in the very beginning. So you'll take a look at who you're an affiliate for, what kind of products and services would make sense. Don't forget about Amazon, because there's so much more than books there, and hopefully you live someplace where you can be an Amazon affiliate. I'm in California, and we lost it for about 6 months. I don't know how many years ago, 2009 or something, and it wasn't until I lost it that I realized how much it meant to me. And we got it back. Basically, it's always a sales tax issue. So if you're in a state that has not approved Amazon right now, if they've rescinded that offer, just send a letter or make a phone call or something and pay sales tax on the stuff. It makes it fair. It can't be unfair for one group over another. But Amazon's a great thing to use to recommend and promote. Then over time, you'll add your own courses, your own products, whatever you have, your own services, and then you have the charter membership that's paid. And once you get those charter members in there, once you get to that number that you said that you would get, maybe it's only the first 25, maybe it'll be 100, you decide. Then you keep promoting the membership, you just don't use the word charter anymore, because that has expired when you have the number of members. And also when that charter membership expires because you have enough people in there, then the price always goes up. So remember that. The recession's over. Prices have to go up. All right, so beyond your membership site, remember you always want to think, what will come next? What can I do next? How can I further engage people? So I started with the membership, and then I thought, well, okay, I'm teaching online marketing. We used to call it internet marketing. I guess we still do in some circles. But what I did was I took every area that I was teaching about and turned it into an online course. So whether it was info product creation or joint ventures or affiliate marketing or publishing, whatever I was doing, blogging, whatever it is, I turned it into an online course. So then it's something else that's more in-depth that's also for sale. Virtual events, you're on a virtual event right now. In-person retreats, I started doing these in Santa Barbara at some point. I do 5 or 6 a year. They are 3, 4, 5 people come and spend about 4 days there, and we work together. So that's something that comes beyond. Live events, I do 2 a year. I've done 2 a year. I used to do them with Dr. Jeanette Cates. She and I got started doing those back in 2010, and we did about 5 of them and decided not to do them together anymore. And I took about a year off, and then I called her up and I said, I'm going to do live events again. And she was so excited, and now I think I have my 13th one coming up because I do it twice a year. And this is all things that are beyond the membership site. And then also coaching and mentoring if you like helping people in small groups or one-on-one, this will make sense for you. Give it a try, though. Take on 1 or 2 clients for coaching or mentoring. I call what I do mentoring rather than coaching. Or if you do a small group, maybe take 10 people and see how you, for a period of time, see how you like it. You may love it, you may not. And if you don't love it, that way you can back out of it more easily if you haven't taken on too many people. All right, so I'm going to show you some successful niche examples. Keep an open mind with this for what I'm going to show you. Anything is possible. Be willing to do the work, always. With everything, we must do the work. It's nice to have a push button, but after you push the button, you have to get back to work. All right, so this is something that I was familiar with, I believe, when they first started a few years back. It's called Everly Well. It's lab testing made easy, results you can understand. And yes, it was featured on Shark Tank. And in the beginning, it was just a free membership site so we could find out more about various medical things. It turns out that many of us don't mind Googling to see what might be causing an ache or a pain. And, you know, there's so many millions of us now. So this site has really grown. You can have all kinds of testing done, almost everything you can imagine, and then some. Some of these will really surprise you, but this is an example of a membership site that still has a free and a paid version. This is PupBox, and they've been very, very popular. Toys, treats, and training, customized for your puppy and delivered. Now, the training is digital. So there are videos, there are reports, there's Q&As, there's all kinds of great stuff that you can do right there on the site. But also, you can sign up to get a PupBox. You can get toys and treats in the mail. Your dog will be so excited when they see the purple box. How do I know? Because my dogs really love this. I have several little dogs. I won't say how many, because I'm a criminal in my own city because I have one dog too many. But this is another way that you can start with a membership site. They started with free, then they first kept it digital, and then they went physical, and that's when they exploded. All right, this is for children. And these are toy subscription services that make your kids smarter and save you money, and who doesn't want that? So on the left, it's one for art. Well, actually, both of those are for art and creativity and all kinds of projects that they can do. So I'm not artsy craftsy. I don't know how to do things. So something like this is perfect for someone like me because I want children in my life, which at this point are some grandchildren. I want them to do all this great stuff. But it doesn't mean I know how to do it or even really want to do it with them too much. But I will encourage them. I'll be a cheerleader. But these do extremely, extremely well. Then, if you want your kid to invent the future or at least work in it, this is for coding. This is Bitsbox. It's a new set of coding projects every month. So kids can build real apps for real devices. And they originally launched it on Kickstarter. And you'll see it's ages 6 to 12. They have a $20 a month, gives you a PDF. So that's a digital version. Then there's $25 basic and $40 deluxe for the physical version. So these are more outside the box and are extremely popular. All right, so earlier I told you that I started my first membership site with blog post. What I did was I password protected them. I'm going to show you what I mean. I have an image for you. It was only available to members. This is before social media. So if you were online 2006, 2007, we weren't using Facebook. That was still for college students. Twitter was just thought about, and I think it launched in the end of 2007, and I joined soon after in 2008. But 2006, 2007, no, we didn't have that. LinkedIn was for the corporate world, and they had a very different format. It didn't have a wall that's like Facebook today. So anything is possible, and it may lead to even greater things. So when you go into your WordPress blog and you want to publish a post, you can just publish it, and then it's public, or you can do it password protected. That's the radio button I have chosen here, or you can do it private. That way, even if someone finds that URL, yourdomain.com / whatever maybe you named it, they would have to have the password to get into it. So this works very, very well in the beginning. Just when you're deciding how you're going to do this, Because I don't know if you're like me, but when you're at the very beginning, you don't want to jump into something big with lots of moving pieces and things that might be expensive. You want to try it out a little bit. Don't try it out too long, but this is a way to try it out quickly. So this is an example of a protected page. And Micah Samuel, that's actually one of my dogs. That's my Maltese. He's the dog who loves me the most. He really does. And all my dogs do have biblical middle names. So I created this just to use as an example that I say this, hi Micah, this is a private page to communicate about your business. I'll check here every Monday morning to see what questions you have for me and answer you back within 48 hours by Wednesday evening. I look forward to working with you and guiding you towards your goals, Connie. So this is a way that you can do it. Micah was not impressed at all with this. He didn't care. But I think it makes a good example of how you can do things, because you always are looking for a simple workaround, and it can happen. So remember that your free membership sites lead to paid membership sites and so much more, so much more. You want to take action now, start with a free or a paid membership, and keep it simple. All right, and I do have something for you. I don't want to disappoint you. I would love to work with you further with your membership sites. So this is for my really simple membership sites course. It's an ongoing course. And the link is bestsellersummit.com/Connie G. That's me, I'm Connie G. And use coupon code BSS and you'll get a 75% discount. And now we're going to have some questions.
That sounds fantastic. And the offer is also fantastic. Thank you. And for the extra discount, make sure you guys use that coupon. And the link is bestsellersummit.connieg with the capital letter like that. Is that what we did?
It works either way. I tested it out because I just love it when we can have, like, you know, capital B, capital S, capital C, capital G.
Okay. And I'm just making sure, I'm going to put it in the chat, making sure I typed it in correctly, and I did. So you guys can click on it there and join Connie right away. Some questions, and we do have Connie is giving, as I told you guys earlier today, Connie is going to be giving away 5 actual physical real copies of her latest 5 books, and she will ship them to you no matter where you are in the world. So we will be
Please live in the U.S., but I will send them anywhere. I will.
Money, but no.
I really will.
Okay, and I'm actually very excited about the horse thing. That was good to know that we can. Wow.
Yeah, because to her, in her mind, she thought it was hilarious. She said, "Oh, you know, what kind of horses are they going to be riding? It's like everybody going to get together on a call and have their little wooden horse they ride around the room or something." And I said, "No. I said this you don't have to have real horse." And I said, "You can have retreats. You can have people meet in certain places where you all go riding. You can do that." But no, it was so great. She was so excited. There was so much wonderful information she could share.
Right on. Mm-hmm. All right. Matthew says, great info here. Anne says, awesome. I agree.
Thank you.
Now, whoa, where did that go? Oh, Kathleen asked what the price of the course is.
All right. So this course regularly sells for $199. You'll get 75% off, so it's $49. And you get 2 full years of access to the training. And also, it's taught live, then it goes into home study. So I've started season 1. I do it like television. So I have season 1. We have another session coming up this week. We have another session coming up next month. And then in a few months, I'll teach season 2. So as long as I'm teaching it, you'll have access to the live presentations and trainings. You will also have, if you look at the bonuses on that page, you'll have some interaction with me, and you'll have 2 full years of access to everything that we do and put in there. And I do a webinar with a webinar replay and also a separate audio MP3 replay, because some people, they like to see it once, but they want to listen to it again. They don't want to have to watch it again.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you. Monique says, not a question, but she just says, love this business model. I see how membership sites can be the driving force to move customers up a value ladder.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's one of those funnels that's just, it just makes sense. It makes sense to you as the entrepreneur and to the person that's part of it.
Yeah. And Kathleen was asking about, is there a limit on how many people can join a group?
That's up to you. In the beginning, I limited everything because I just wasn't comfortable having too many people. In my mind, I thought, gee, what if 100 people come and I don't know what to say or do? So I limited things. So you decide. And in the beginning, you might want a smaller group. But as soon as you get some confidence and you do this for just a few months, then you'll say, yes, everyone can come. Unless it's training where you're working with them individually, but I don't even suggest that. I suggest to teach people in the beginning that small group is really better for everyone.
Yeah, okay. And how do you manage a paid group? She's also wondering. That's a follow-up question.
Well, I like to charge people one time. So they're paying one time either by the year or in the case of courses that I teach, it's 2 years. So they've paid. So that part is already taken care of. And then you know who's in there. When you log in, so I'm using Wishlist for almost everything. When I log into my site, I can see my list of my members right there. So I have people do homework assignments for various things. I have a group tonight that's meeting, and we do authority blogging, and they have an assignment. And so I have my little list. I used to be a teacher. So I have my little list. I know who's contacted me and who has. And some people aren't able to come or weren't able to do it, and they wrote to me and told me they couldn't. That's all, because we're all adults. So they can all go out to recess. They won't be penalized like in school. But yeah, you make a list because you really love those people that join your membership. At the paid level, they've really put their trust in you, and you want to keep track of them. And if I don't hear from someone, I reach out to them. It's not like the gym where people join the gym and then the people at the gym say, "Oh, I hope they don't come very often." You do it
Yes.
in reverse. You want to know where they are and what's going on. I have someone with pneumonia I just found out today in my group, and yeah, that's a big deal. And so I'm reaching out and sharing that with other people in the group, maybe to give this person an email or something.
Oh, okay. And Matthew is asking if you hire moderators or recruit moderators for the groups.
You can do that. And what I do, the people that are in my mentor program, my Platinum Mastermind program, and I only work with about 15 people a year at that level. And those people, I have 2 or 3 of them that they know every time I set up a group, I'm going to make them moderators because it helps them to shine. And time-wise, we're talking maybe 15 minutes a week. It just doesn't take so long for them to do it. And if you break that up, have 2 or 3 people. And then also, what's really nice if you do this on Facebook, if you ever get locked out of your account, and I haven't ever been, but I know lots of people who have, you have someone else who can get in there and do anything that needs to be done because you've made them admins for the group. And also, I think it's good to have more than one person. You're the authority, you're the expert on a specific topic, but you have other people that they may have even more experience in certain aspects of what you're teaching and what you're sharing.
Right. Terry wants to know if 49 is all inclusive.
All inclusive, yes, except for meals and travel expense.
Come on, why not?
No, that's everything. Yeah, you'll be on my list. You'll have other opportunities. I'm not saying I wouldn't give you more opportunities. You have to remember what's for sale, right? But there is no other cost associated with that. I know it sounds very, very low, and the reason I like to do it is I think that we have limited resources that sometimes it's not just money, it's time. And if people don't know me and they want to start to learn from me, they might say, well, she seemed kind of interesting and a little bit funny on the call, but then Alice was there and making her behave herself. So when we get her alone in her group, maybe it won't be so much fun at all. Maybe I won't learn anything. So, that can be the fear. And if you come in at a low price point, the idea for me is I want to over-deliver. I want to really wow you with what I have, and maybe we'll work together in some other way.
Okay. And sorry, I just you know what? I did post the link to chat. I apologize to you guys, but for some reason it just went to Connie. So now I've got it going to everybody. You should be able to just click it from there. Someone pointed out that if you have a W, no, and I put the W, Never mind. That's a bad link. Look at me. I'm just messing this up. Anyways, if you have the www, it's not going to work. I'm actually not sure why that is, but I just posted it again with http bestsellersummit.com, and that will work. Okay. Sorry about that.
Because I know
All right.
with I have so many sites that now there's one by one they're doing the HTTPS through my hosting,
Yes.
and then the www got wiped out. I think that www is going to finally be something of the past.
Yes. Let's hope.
It stood for World Wide Web.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, and then so while I was doing that, then there was a question, and where it was from Anne. She asked about what you charge for the platinum level.
Well, the truth is with that is that right now that program is closed, and when I reopen it, it's from people who have taken at least one of the courses with me, so they know. Because to come into that group without having worked with me, it might not be such a great fit for you. I'm always looking out for people because we have a lot of people on the internet, and I think if we can all look out for each other and only bring people into programs that will be an excellent fit for them, I think everybody really benefits from that. So by taking this course, then you would be eligible to discuss with me whether the Platinum Mastermind would be a good fit. We have an amazing group of people in there.
Great. Carrie Ann, oh, she has it. She was looking for the coupon code. It is BSS is the coupon code that saves you 75%. And is that case sensitive, the coupon code? Or
it is not. It is not. And I always try it out with one big letter, one small letter, one big letter. I try everything. We have to try our links, right?
Okay. Kenneth said he's paid and he's in, and that Connie always over delivers. Now, there were a couple of questions up here. So Lori says, your website tells me you will teach me how to set up and sell multiple membership sites. That would be great, but how do you keep engaged with all of them?
Well, I guess everything, I don't know what the right word is. I use the word round robin. I don't know if that's the correct word. So like today, I'm focused on my authority blogging that I'm teaching. That's been my focus yesterday, today, and into tomorrow. Then I get focused on the next thing. So I'm not doing every program every day. Right now, I'm in the middle of 2 programs. And then one will end. It goes into home study. So I still am engaging with the people in the program, but I'm not teaching them actively. And then a few weeks later, then I start another one live. So that has worked for me. I can't do more than 2 live projects simultaneously, I figured out. My brain is just wired that way.
It's very draining, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But, like I said, though, it's easy to know who's in which group with you. And I have some people that I love them so much, they sign up for all of my stuff the minute it comes out. And I'm so excited about that. But, you'll know who's in which group. And if not, you just go in and take a look. You take a peek, and there they are.
Right. So Beverly says, wow, I'm so captivated. My calendar is already bulging. I don't know how we would even fit it in right now. Can I join later?
Well, not at this special pricing. You'll never again see it this low ever anywhere. What I would suggest, who is this, Beverly?
Beverly.
All right, Beverly, and I don't believe I know you, but I would suggest that you come in now. The price point is low. Come in now and just put it on your calendar that maybe 2 weeks from now you'll go in and you'll just watch the webinar replay of the first session. And I try not to go more than an hour and a half. That's my goal always, so people don't have to hear so much. But just do that, and then reach out to me. Just hit reply to one of my emails. Email me directly. It comes to me, and we'll talk, and I'll move you slowly through it. So instead of going through a course in 6 or 8 weeks, maybe it'll take you 12 or 14 weeks. That's okay. That's okay. We're all in this for the long run. So if we don't learn everything this week, it's preferred that you don't, that you space it out a little more, because you want that time to daydream and to think about what you're doing. That thinking time is very, very important. Alice, you have that time that you take to really just think about things?
Yeah, for sure.
And I bet Ron does too. Right now He's thinking about. I think he's lifting weights, and he's getting in shape. He's getting
Oh,
ready.
yes, he is working on that. That's
He
right.
is. He looks fantastic. Except, Ron, in the second picture, it also seemed that you were shorter. Was that possible?
I don't think so. I mean, anything's possible, but I don't think it was. I think it's just my bad camera work.
No, you look fantastic. You really do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. So Beverly, just to follow up, she says, would it make sense to wait a month but pay now?
Yeah, that's really what I'm saying. That's
Yes.
really what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That you go ahead and get in now, and then at some point, I said a couple weeks, but if you need to wait a month, then do that. And it's a 30-day refund on things. So maybe on day 27, day 28, go in and say, yes, this is exactly what I had in mind. This is what I wanted to do, or not.
Right.
I
And
certainly don't encourage refunds, but I want you to be in the right place for you at the right time.
Right. Great. And Dominique was asking about the recordings, and it looks like you answered her question, that there are recordings available. Teresa says she's in.
All right.
And
Awesome.
Ritha says not. Oop, you guys keep typing. I'm trying to. You're making it move down. Not a question. Just glad I was able to catch some of this so I can move forward with my vision of having a membership site with healthcare professionals. It's so hard when you're trying to work your 9 to 5 and catch everything. Yeah.
Yes. And, I was in a mastermind for 6 years, and there was a couple in there that were both psychologists. I don't know what kind of healthcare you do, but they started a membership site that really, really took off. It was huge. And again, sort of like with the horse training, the question was within our mastermind, well, what do you mean? People will be joining this so they can receive, advice from a psychologist? No, it was for other psychologists. It was for professionals. And they really grew it. And they started at about 100 a month. And they had many, many, many members. It was a wonderful organization. It helped them to transition away from their daily practice into having a lot of time freedom and financial freedom. And it helped the other psychologists because they got the very specific information they couldn't get anywhere else, not under one roof of a membership site.
Right. And David says, just a comment as well, said, oh, they typing on me again. And GoToWebinar just makes it hard to find stuff. That's great, though. I'm glad you guys are posting lots of stuff. He says, this is a high value offer, easily $9.97. And we did not ask him to say this, at a very low price with the discount, only $49, which is almost free. Wow. Sharing this in case anyone thinking about it is on the fence.
Who is this? I love this person. Who is he?
This is David, who's in for Loretta, or Lori, I guess she goes by Lori, but so.
All right. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true that, this information is valuable, and time with me, because you get time with me on the phone and you get my ear with the emails back and forth and stuff. It really is an incredible value. You're really getting, dollars for dimes, as Marlon Sanders used to teach.
Ah. Corinne asks, what if you're unsure about which niche, you are correct, that's how I say it, is right for you, or that you can make money at it?
Then I would steer you back to my 3-circle Venn diagram and have you fill in those circles, or do it list, just down the line. Just write what you have and choose something. You have to choose something that you'll be happy to stay with for 6 months. That's tends to always be my advice. That way you learn how to do it, and if during that 6-month period you say, you know what, I really want to do something else, you have the experience from doing what you did, and then you can move on.
Right on. Martin says, Connie, I will reach out to you. I listened to the first and now at the end. I had to eat dinner during the middle. Oh, no. I will join, as I want to create a tea room as a companion for my forthcoming first book on black tea.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, the virtual tea room. Yeah. There's so much that I am learning about tea, and it all will fill a thimble compared to what there really is out there about tea. I've been to China. I've been in the tea fields and bought tea over there 2 different times.
Wow.
But I don't consider myself like a tea connoisseur, and I don't even drink tea even once a week. And I still love it, and it's a part of my life. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. There's so many directions you can go with that.
Beverly's looking for the link. I did put it in the chat, but please note the first one, which I can't delete, has the www in it and it doesn't work. Please use the second link. So the last link that was posted in chat, you just click it and you'll be able to get there. It's also on the screen. It's bestsellerssummit.com/Connie G. All right. And
Not case sensitive.
Nope. Oh, and don't forget that coupon code BSS, which is also not case sensitive. HK is wondering about when the coupon expires.
What did we decide on that, Alice?
I don't know. What did we decide?
I'll have to look back. Is it through the week? I believe it's through until Saturday, like Friday night at midnight.
Okay, we
Does
can do
that sound
that.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Friday night would be the 9th. So when the clock turns into September 10th, then it will have expired.
Oh, did you say September?
September.
No.
Did you say September?
No, February. Did I say September? I'm just trying to keep this evergreen.
Like sometimes I don't hear things correctly, so I'm like.
No, she does say September.
Did I?
Talking about her retreat in the summertime or something.
Because I'm looking at the calendar and it says February.
There we go. Yes, that's where we are. Time traveling. Yes, is the comment.
But yeah, and I'll show you in the course. I'll show you all of the models. I'll show you everything that's possible with this. I mean, membership sites are just an excellent way to house a group of people virtually to share whatever the goal is to be shared.
Right on. Right. So I think we've answered all the questions. If there's anything missing,
I have a question. Like, so you have your free members and your premium members, and say you post a really good piece of content and have like just a teaser for it for the free members, and then have the full thing for the premium members, and you're trying to get the free members to upgrade their account. What type of conversions do you normally see on something like that? Do people actually do they sign up just because they want to get the full product?
What I have found, Ron, is that it's a combination of things. So there was an article that they couldn't read the whole thing. They just got the teaser. It was something else that they were only invited to the replay. And after 2 or 3 of those, I get an email and they say, I really want to be in the paid membership.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So finally, it's just they can't take it anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't done that with the New York Times site yet. I just go to another site to get my news. But yeah, I mean, with specialized content, it would definitely work.
The news sites they're frustrating though, because that's often like links that are, it's not done strategically, right? They just it's an article that you can find the information somewhere else, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's interesting with the Los Angeles Times, I only receive it physically on Sunday, and I'm only in that city on a Sunday a couple times a month. So, and it's about $50 a year. But I get the online, the e-newspaper, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, anywhere in the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Lori says she's in too. Same with Patrice. Wonderful, Connie. I'm in the process of setting up membership sites. This is very timely. Perfect.
Perfect. I think membership sites just make sense for all of us. They really do, and it sets you apart. The days of just having only the download page and people get their stuff and leave, and you don't know what's happened with them. I think those days are coming to a close because people want that interaction. They want to have a connection, and having someone consume our content is the most important part of that process. If they bought and just stored it somewhere, it doesn't, even if they felt like they got a good value for what they purchased, it's not the same as if they consumed it and had some interaction with you. And I think, Alice and Ron, you guys do an excellent job of that with everything that you offer for people.
Yeah.
We know that you're there for us. You're experts in this. You will bring in other experts on a regular basis, and you're helping us to consume everything so that we can really have that value in our lives and in our businesses. That's important.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a good feeling to feel like you're delivering value and people are getting something from your knowledge and expertise. That's definitely a good feeling. I can think of 1,000 other jobs I could have that would not be as wonderful as that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right. So maybe one more comment here from Tiana, and then we're going to give away the prize. So Connie, we're going to have maybe the 13th person to post the correct answer to a question, but could you, don't say it yet, but could you come up with a question you would like them to answer? It could be from
I have a great question
about you. Okay, perfect.
You never asked me, Alice. You never let me do the question. I'm so excited.
Okay. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I felt like putting you on the spot.
All right.
Anna says, thank you, Connie. I am in and already in love with your over-delivering, eager to speak. Hugs to you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So prize time, Connie's latest 5 books, like real books you can hold in your hands. And so it's going to be the 13th person to post the correct answer. And Connie is just about to ask the question. All
right. So my question is, when I showed the page that was a private password protected page for my fall jumpstart course, I said I had used my dog's name. His first name is Micah. He's my little white Maltese. He's the dog of all my dogs who loves me the most. What is Micah's middle name that I also used on that page?
You knew what you were going to ask. Wow. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. I'll start counting in a second. They're paying attention.
All right. See, I'm trying to get Micah to
one
really
confessor of Michael. Michael confesses he wasn't paying attention. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ernie Brogdon. So Ernie, you can just email again, mailbox@writerhelpwanted.com, and we will connect you with Connie. Congratulations to Ernie.
Thank you, and congratulations, Ernie. I wonder where Ernie lives.
Where do you live, Ernie?
No, because I can remember when I sent Melissa Ingold a small gift to Canada, and the box was like a centimeter too long or something, and they kept adding zeros, and I said, I don't want to move to Canada, I just want to send this small package. It was really funny.
Oh, you can deliver it by hand. He lives in California.
All right. All right.
Retha, oh no, was it her? Wait a second. Yes, make sure you're clicking the link that doesn't have the www. That one is incorrect. It's the one that just has, it's the final link in the chat. Sorry about that. So it's just bestsellersummit.com, Connie G. All right, well, thanks for joining us very much, Connie, and always bringing new and great information to our audience. We really appreciate it and always love having you at the Bestseller Summit.
Thank you, Alice, and thank you, Ron.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Connie, for sure. Always a pleasure.
All right, take care.
All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up here. Bestseller Summit Day 1. What do you guys think so far?
Ooh.
Let us know. We have 2 more days of this with some real heavy hitters coming up. In the next couple of days. So you definitely want to make sure you log back on tomorrow at noon. We're going to get started right back up tomorrow at noon Eastern time. And
are you going to show what's coming up, or did you want me to grab that, or like to mention who's speaking, or?
Yeah, let me do that. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
bestsellersummit.com. And if you guys know anybody that might be interested in this as well, just refer them to bestsellersummit.com. or if you're allowed to bring one person with you on this. So Alice gave you guys the link. So if you don't have a link for that, let us know. We could, we allow you to invite
Well, I can put
one
it in the
person.
chat here now because it's just us, right?
Right.
So that. Just to answer, there's a couple questions about recordings. They do have to get, because this is going to be one giant long 4.5-hour recording, so it has to be broken up and processed, and then we'll put it up in the members area. The link to the members area was in the chat, but I will grab that for you as well. But if you're ever like lost and you're like, I bought something from Alice and Ron and I don't know where it is, you just go to elitewriterslab.com. At the bottom, you'll see a link to the members area. That's where all your stuff is. So if you're ever lost there, you can do that. So I'm going to right now grab the link that you can invite one friend. They'll be able to join live only. You can't give them access to your recordings or anything like that, but it's just a way for you to share with somebody who might want to create an information product, write a book, let them come in and benefit from the information. You guys can work together, become accountability partners or something, plan something so it can benefit you as well if you can get a friend in here as well. Okay,
So tomorrow we have Dr. Carrie Rose. She's a PhD in education, I believe, and she has what she does is like a lot of companies, big information marketing companies and online course providers, they hire her to kind of analyze their course and determine how they could make the course better, how they could make their content better so that their readers, their customers, their users retain more of the content, learn more from it, and are able to apply it better. And thus, it produces better success stories for them because people are actually learning more and being able to use their content more. So like some of the big names in the market hire her to do that. So she's going to talk about how to turn a best-selling book into a course that people will love. And not just a course that people will love, but a course that people will get the maximum value from and want to tell their friends about it. And basically how to turn your knowledge into a best-selling book or a course that people will love. Then we have Johnny Andrews. He's Mr. Author Platform Rocket. He helps authors build a platform in order to get a book deal, in order to get more leads for their business, things of that nature. He's really developed a nice niche business where he's really killing it. I always see his ads on Facebook, and he's going to talk about how to double your business with a book. Then we have my buddy Ty Cohen. Ty Cohen is just behind the scenes ninja. He's just always split testing, different offers, and he's going to talk about how he sold 25,000 copies of his books and built up a list of over 100,000 readers using nothing more than Facebook and keeping 100% of the profit. So he's really good with Facebook. His site is writerslife.org, and they you always see their ads running, man. He always has some type of offer going, and he's really killing it with Facebook. So he's going to show you how to use Facebook to your advantage to sell books like crazy. And I assume when he says 100% of the profits, he's self-publishing. So he doesn't have to pay self-publishing right off of a website. And he doesn't have to pay Amazon, doesn't have to pay a publisher. He's just selling books, taking people right from Facebook to his website and selling the books directly, keeping 100% of the profit. Then you have Jay Boyer. Jay Boyer is always a favorite. You bring him back again to talk about how to publish a #1 best-selling children's book to Amazon in 7 days or less. He has a really effective and unique strategy for children's books, which is a hot topic on Amazon because people buy books all the time to read to their kids. So you don't want to miss that. And finally, we have Yaro Stark tomorrow. He's going to talk about blogging. He's one of the original instructors teaching people how to blog effectively from like years and years ago, over a decade ago, I believe. He started, and people would follow him to learn the latest strategies, tips, and how to take a blog and just build a huge audience, sell products, anything you want to do with it, man. What platform, what the easiest technology to use. He's going to talk about all that, how to use a blog to build a brand, grow your email list, and sell your products on autopilot. So that's tomorrow. So make sure you guys are going to get an email notification, reminder to make sure you're here 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow, because you definitely don't want to miss what Carrie is going to share with you.
Yes.
That's it.
And we'll have some prizes throughout the day as well. So yeah, come on live, invite a friend to come with you as well. And yes, I put those that link into the chat as well. So if you're looking for the link to invite a friend for access there, and also if you're asking about the membership area where you'll be able to get all the recordings. And as we mentioned this morning, the transcripts are going to get started as soon as the recordings are processed. So that takes, a few days to get those ready for you. The recordings, take a day or so as well, because it has to be broken up and loaded up and processed. And we'll get that done for you.
All right, guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Back again tomorrow. Take care, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
Take care.